This is Dr. William Hobbs, Director of the Writing Center here at Virginia State University. We have someone who is already, she's being attacked by the giggles already. The nervousness is real in this one, and that's what's going to make this particular episode all the more engaging and wholesome, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. This is Janae Spates.
Hello.
Yes. She is part of the staff at the Writing Center.
I am.
And let's learn a little bit more about Janae. Hi, Janae.
Hello.
Hey. Where you from?
I am from Loganville, Georgia.
Loganville, Georgia.
Yes.
Not Atlanta, Georgia. Not even Savannah, Georgia, but Logan. Doesn't that give you a down home, like in the heat of the night?
No.
No?
No.
No? The Waltons?
No.
No? Dukes
Are
of
you
Hazzard?
are you trying to come for where I was before, Loganville? Is that what you're...
I mean, it does have a country feel, but there's a little bit more to her that we'll get into in a second because she likes to refer to herself as
Contrero?
She says Contrero. I say Contredo. It is a mixture of country and ghetto. She says
I'm more
Contrero
country.
because she's trying to put a little, little bougie, little flavor to it.
No, I'm just more country than I am ghetto, you guys.
Okay, or Getry, right? Same thing. So,
They're not.
Miss Spates, yeah. Your major, what's your major?
I am an English major, concentrating in creative writing, and soon to be minoring in hip hop studies.
Okay, and what do you plan to do with all of this after you graduate?
Honestly, anything that pertains to writing. At first, when I got to college, I was like, oh, I'm going to use all of this to do like the entertainment industry stuff. And I still do. But I've learned about grant writing. I've learned about legal writing as well. So it's just kind of everything, really. I just want to get my hands in everything.
So basically, one way or the other, you are going to hear about her.
Basically.
Yes. People call it being...
multifaceted.
There. There. She will be everywhere. Ubiquitous, if you will. Now, let's see. Classification.
I am a sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay. But she carries herself like a 60-year-old woman. So you have to watch her and just get her to, to just relax and have some fun or whatever.
That is not true.
Hard. She works too hard.
No such
she
thing.
Needs to chill out.
No such thing.
Yeah.
No such
now,
thing.
with that being said, by the way, we're going to be talking about the MLA format. You know, I
Yes.
always have somebody here, and this is what she's going to share with you all today. But before we get started, wow. I just realized in my previous videos that it looks like when I sit down, my blazer is eating me alive, right? And because of that, it's taking away from the overall physique that you see now, right?
It doesn't exist.
Silence. This type of physique is called Spider-Man swole. So now you can get a little bit more of that. See the cut.
They don't want a little bit more of that. Nobody came here for that.
The bicep on the low. It's just on the low, right? Tasteful on the low.
Distasteful.
I
Undesirable.
was told from one Jennifer Williamson, the program director of WVST, our radio station, that a trick that you have to do is sit on the back of your jacket or your blazer. It helps straighten everything out. So now that I know that, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. MLA. Could you tell us a little bit about MLA?
Alrighty. So the MLA format, let's first talk about what it means. So MLA means Modern Language Association. And there are two different types of MLA formats. So you have version 8 and then you have version 9. Version 8 is the more older, outdated version. Version 9 is the version that most of your professors will ask you to utilize for your papers. So just to kind of go into more detail, MLA 9 has new updates for paper formatting and citations, providing more guidance on both in-text and works cited citations. MLA 9 also has new information on the annotated bibliography, social media citations, and citing apps. And then MLA 9 was released in 2021, while MLA 8 is older, like I mentioned before. So I have a quick example paper of the MLA format. So,
example paper. Would that be something that's right behind us?
Yes.
That makes you want to just turn and point?
Yes.
Continue.
So, in this paper, I was talking about some transcendentalist ideologies found in Song of Myself by Walt Whitman. English major stuff doesn't really matter in this conversation.
That's how we roll.
So, usually in a typical MLA formatted out paper, everything will be typed in Times New Roman 12. Everything will be double spaced. And on the left side of your paper, you will type out your name. So for me, Janae Spates, and then you will introduce your professor. In this case, my professor was the wonderful, magnificent Dr. MacDonald. And then underneath that, you will mention what class it is that you're taking. And then after that, you will put the date. Now, the date is a little weird because you always put the day first, then the month, and then the year. Yep. That's typically how you type out a date for an MLA formatted paper. And then from there, you will space down, and then in the middle will be your title. So after you have put your title, make sure you go down one more, and then that's when you indent and actually start typing out your paper. Your page number will always include your last name and then the number of the page, of course, and then make sure that is also put in Times New Roman 12. So that's typically how you format an MLA style paper. Now with in-text citations, when you are citing any type of textbook or any type of anything really, make sure you put the either the first title of the textbook. So in this case, I use Norton, and then the page number. You don't really need any type of commas in between or anything. It's just kind of textbook, page number. You do that anytime you're citing a quote or anytime you're paraphrasing something. You always want to make sure your professor has something to go back and reference to something that you stated before in your paper. Also, in MLA style papers, I do have my thesis highlighted. I don't know if thesis were talked about before, but in one of my classes I'm taking, which is Souls of Black Folk, I mentioned before.
Souls of Black Folk? Wait a minute. Is that a title to a book?
No, Souls of Black Folk is actually a class here taught by the wonderful, amazing Dr. Jermaine King. This is the first time Souls of Black Folk has actually been taught here at Virginia State University. And if you're wondering, souls is not S-O-U-L-S, it is S-O-L-E-S, like the actual soles of a shoe, because it is talking about sneaker culture literature. Literally.
Okay, wow. All of the talent that we have here at this university is just amazing.
Yes, please go check out Dr. King. Great professor. But in that class, to make sure that we stay on track with not only the paper, but the formatting of the paper, he has us highlight all of our thesis statements for every single one of our papers. If you don't know what a thesis statement is usually a statement that is one sentence, and it pretty much sums up exactly what your paper is going to be talking about or what you're going to be talking about in your paper. So yeah, I don't really know if thesis statements will be talked about in future.
Ad nauseum.
Yeah.
That means a lot. You talked about it a lot.
Yeah. I'm sure in a future podcast episode, they will really get into the nitty gritty of thesis statements. But very important in your MLA style paper or any paper in general, because it is pretty much the basis and foundation of what you will be talking about for the rest of your paper.
Okay, MLA, there's APA, there's Chicago style.
Yeah.
Why do we need to know so much about MLA?
So I will say, for one, MLA is the most common. That is usually what your professors will want. Most times, and I meant to mention this before, but most times with like APA formatted papers or Chicago style papers, your professors will have you go to Purdue OWL. Purdue OWL is great for in-text citations as well with MLA papers or any type formatted papers, because Purdue OWL not only gives you an outline or a guideline for how to format different style papers, but it also teaches you about all the different types of in-text citations, because you have in-text citations for websites, for videos, for textbooks. There's a wide range of those, but it's very important that people learn about MLA format because that is the most common and it's the basis for every other format.
That's right. Plus, I find that the format is ideal for fostering critical thinking because you're always incorporating, especially using your works cited page, all of your sources, which automatically brings out more academic rigor because you're thinking about how the texts really do coincide with what you're writing, your own personal thought.
Agreed. Which brings me to the works cited page of your MLA formatted paper, which will be behind us. So works cited pages, I know like this semester or this year, my sophomore year, we haven't really had to utilize them much because our classes usually consist of one thing that we're citing, which is a textbook. So we don't really have to utilize a works cited page, but how you would format a works cited page for MLA version 9 paper would be to, for one, make sure your works cited page has its own page and its own page number. Do not like continue the last page of your paper into your works cited page. No, it needs to have its own separate page, which means your last name and the page number needs to be there when you are actually typing it out. And then in the middle, you will have works cited, and then you will go down and make sure you have a hanging indent for all of your citations. So I usually like to use a works cited website, preferably free. And what I will do is copy and paste the website or the textbook that I need to be cited, put it in there, and then have it cited in MLA9 format. Go back, take that, copy it, paste it to the page or paste it onto the page. I usually like to wait until I do that for all of my citations, and then press Control A, which will highlight that whole page, or you can just copy it or highlight it with the mouse, and then go to special indents and then apply a hanging indent to all of them.
Hanging indents, what does that mean exactly?
So hanging indent, I'm not entirely sure why you utilize a hanging indent for an MLA9 formatted paper, but hanging indents are really important because they match, for one, the guideline of the paper. And I think it also makes it a lot easier for whomever is reading your paper to see the different citations you actually have and the different sources you actually have. And also make sure that you do it in alphabetical order as well when you are putting your citations. You usually would go off of the author's last name, to put it in alphabetical order.
Yes, well, and there you have it. All you need to know pretty much about the MLA format that chances are you will be using because it's my favorite. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. Yeah. So, if you need any further instruction on it, we are available at the Writing Center, which is on the second floor of the library.
Yep.
Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Of course, we have Eden Lampkin doing some hours afterwards, like 5 to 10. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's what it is. So keep that in mind. Again, we also have virtual appointments if needed. So we have you covered. You just got to let us know. Go on EAB and set up the appointment, and we've got you covered. So,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you'd like to book with me, I'm in the Writing Center on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 1, and then on Friday from 10 to 12.
Okay, so if you need that special Contretto or Get You touch, he's right here for you. That's all I'm saying. So, with that being said, this is Dr. William Hobbs. See ya. Hail State.
Hail State.
Wow. Is that the change?